Okay, so this story time starts off, it was a typical Friday night, the kind where you don't expect to do anything or expect for anything to happen, but you still try to make the most out of it. So it doesn't feel like a waste. So this happened during my freshman year. Anyways, I went out with a few friends. We went to a bar near campus, just trying to have a good time and enjoy the night. And the place was pretty packed. It had a lot of people. And the vibe was there. People were drinking, dancing, having a good time. I had a few drinks, and then that's when I noticed him. I'm not gonna say his name, but I wouldn't say that he was attractive. In fact, he was pretty far from it. He was kind of tall, awkward, lanky. He had like a scruffy beard that really didn't match his face, but it was something about the way he was looking at me, almost like he knew something that I didn't know. So, anyways, a few minutes later, he ended up approaching me, walking up to me, and introducing himself. I enjoyed the confidence, so I started talking to him. I talked back, even though I don't really remember what we talked about. Um, Anyways, I just remember somewhere in the conversation, he was telling me that he was a student at the same school as me. And then, that's when I started paying more attention. He was cracking jokes and stuff, wasn't really my type, but he was doing a good job at making me laugh. Maybe it was the alcohol that was making him funny, or I don't know what it was, but I was enjoying the time and I was pretty intrigued. Anyways, as the night went on, we ended up dancing together and he kept feeding me more details about his life, such as like his major, his plans after graduation. And it all seemed legit, even if like his appearance didn't scream college student, like you can't judge, you never know. And my friend, she sort of gave me that look like, oh, what you doing? But like I said, I was just into the moment. I was for the vibes basically. And for some reason, I was kind of attracted and more intrigued. The fact that he wasn't trying too hard to impress me, like he was just doing normal gestures and normal behaviors. And I liked it. It was good energy. Um, so one thing led to another, and we were dancing, having a good time, and we ended up leaving together. We actually ended up going back to his house. It was just like he stayed by himself. It was just him in his apartment. It wasn't anything special, kind of messy, honestly, but at the time I really didn't care. Unfortunately, we hooked up. It was an impulsive, maybe a little bit reckless decision, but I really didn't care, y'all. Like I said, I was just trying to be outside and enjoy the night. The next morning, it really hit hard. The sun was up, bright and shiny. I could see around the place. I was still at his place, mind you, and things just didn't add up. Like, I didn't see any textbooks. I didn't see any school supplies. There was nothing that screamed college life or college student. But I brushed it off, but my gut feeling was telling me something's up. Anyways, a couple days later, I ran into that same friend that saw me leave with him, or so I thought she saw me leave with him. And so I mentioned his name because, I really haven't heard from him after. And so I brought that up when I was talking to her, and her response, like her eyes just got wide. She was like surprised. And she told me that this man is not a student. He actually dropped out years ago. He just hangs around because apparently he had a lot of college clout and he just still hangs around the campus to live in the glory days, which I'ma just end it at that. But my stomach dropped. Like everything that he said to me, it was a bunch of lies. And I felt so like taken advantage of because he told me he was a junior, but apparently he was much older than that. And I felt like he tried to take advantage of me because I was a freshman, and I fell for it. I was just so stupid and I was basically played. And I'm mad because he wasn't even attractive, but it was the lies that hurt worse. Anyways, looking back, I realized that I just should have trusted my instincts. But in the moment, like I said, I was just down with the flow, trying to have a good time. It was a lesson learned, though a reminder that sometimes for everybody out there, people are not who they claim to be. And it's not always worth taking a chance on someone just because they say who they say they are, I guess, allegedly.